Real good. I think I'm streaming. I'm just prepping. I should have done all of this beforehand, but I was doing it as I was setting up and stuff. I've only got an hour and a half left on my stream time on this app. So I'm mostly just trying to figure out exactly what to do. I'm gonna have to purchase this app, I think. Excuse me. Although I do have a feeling I know exactly what I'm gonna do. So this is kind of a I don't know what I'm doing thing, because I'm half geared up to do one thing and half geared up to do another thing. And yeah, it's complicated. Oh, I've got to get my notes, my teaching notes, because I actually have teaching notes for shading. I do want to point out that I read a book, and the book basically it was a how to draw book. It was a how to draw using pencil and sketching and stuff, and it seems very sensible. But then it came to a section that said like how to set out your pictures and how to lay out your pictures and stuff, and it was like don't do this, definitely do this, don't do that, don't just do this, and don't do this. It had like a bunch of examples of all the ways not to lay out something, you know. One of the ways it said was to not have things too symmetrical. Because it's not very artsy. Don't have things too symmetrical and stuff, and basically like put things to one side, make sure it's framed right and everything. And although I agree with some of the tendencies and everything, I kind of believe that even though this is just a guide, it was kind of really condescending. It was like just like this is wrong and this is right, and it's like, no, that's not what art is. So they don't know what art is. It was just crazy. You can lay out your picture however way you want to lay out your picture. I don't mind them saying this is more aesthetically pleasing than this. But saying, you know, do this, don't do this is kind of like, it's wrong. You don't tell people to. Oh, it's just painful. It's painful. Yeah, so we're starting a new project, and instead of like figuring out how big the canvas size is supposed to be, I'm gonna just pick a picture. I'm gonna go for a spacey picture I have on my computer. Oh shit! Already swore. Go rabbit! Oh, I'm doing. Oh, so yawning. It's ignorant. Okay. I went for the cool instead of the reference. What the fuck? Yeah, I meant to do key. The stars? What the hell's that about? I'm just trying to find a reference picture. Please hold. Well, not a reference picture, it's more just a background. I would like a background, please. Any background. A planet. That planet. There you go. That's a nice background. I can use that even as a background, even. So that'd be nice. It's also good for lighting reference as well. I'm just going to poke it onto here so you guys can see. There's anybody here yet? Oh, pencil. Yeah. Okay, that's a bit too big. It's a bit too big for nobody being here yet. Right. So yeah, exciting. Starting of a new project. Right, so I will tell you about the app difficulties that I'm having at the moment. Basically, there's a lot less time than I was expecting to have on this app, and I'm going to increase the canvas size just to give me more room. Get my keyboard out. I'm going to double the size of the canvas. There we go. So that gives me plenty of space. It's a shame I can't actually fiddle with this image a little bit. I'll have it black just so that we can figure out where lines are going and stuff. This is going to be super new for me because I have not drawn on a blank black canvas for ages. I tried using chalk once to do chalk drawing, to chalk art and stuff, but that was like early days of college, you know. So this is going to be weird and new for me to do. So yeah. So this app has only got like so much time that I can use it free, and I am the StreamYard app, and I'm running out of time. I thought I had way more time than I had, and essentially I've got an hour and a half. So in around about an hour and a half's time, I am going to be leaving because I won't be able to do a live stream anymore. However, I am going to try to purchase the 1 month plan of this app and see how it goes. Just see how it goes. If it goes pretty good, and I actually use it fairly decent amount of times, then it could be a good thing. Who knows? But if it don't, then that's not such a huge deal. I mean, it's like I could still use Hangouts and I could still use Streamlabs instead. By the way, this planet, I think, this planet is like one of the closer exoplanets that is Earth-like. This is an artist rendition of it, so that's pretty cool. Just some background, just a little bit of background on the planet that we actually draw on, over, whatever. Yeah. So there's that. I'll be hosting a couple of parties soon, and if you are aware of like my other live streaming channel where I just talk about life stuff, then you will know this, and also know that I'm going to be using probably this app as well to do one of them. But I figured out a way that I could actually use Streamlabs and I could actually use Google Hangouts potentially together to actually do this, to do a kind of a thing, you know. So that'd be cute. Now, itch on my back. I was hoping my buddy Itchy would be here tonight so that I can talk about shading. Is the main thing that I want to talk about. So I'm using the back scratcher. It's a very, very short back scratcher, but it works better. It's a fork. Yeah, to talk about shading, because I've got, like I said, I've got a lesson plan. Basically, well, I've got things to talk about and stuff. I got my little notes that I did when I was at my mum's. I did a bunch of planning to do stuff, and now that I'm here, now that I'm back, it basically means that I'm not doing any of the stuff except for the stuff that I'm paid for, you know. It's kind of like, it's nice, but at the same time, I feel really like I'm not doing anything. I feel really guilty about doing nothing, just staying in and like just watching stuff on TV with my partner, you know. It's like, yeah. Um, so yeah, that looks neat, Tubbs. Are you talking about the picture or are you talking about my notes? Yeah, I explained before that I was using just a background picture to just like figure out size and framing and stuff. And yeah, I've increased the canvas, I've turned it black, so basically I can continue to work on it and stuff. And we might change this picture, might become the background for this picture, for the picture that I'm doing. But who knows? But no, this is a nearby exoplanet. This is an artist rendition of nearby exoplanet. I want to say it's in the Vega system. The picture itself is just labeled VRELBVO. So yeah, I think it is one of the Vega planets. I think Vega was a system that basically had some exoplanets, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't think I don't think Itchy's going to be coming. Who knows? Yeah, so I don't really know where to begin at the moment. I'm kind of just like sat here trying to figure out what to do next, because I was going to talk about stuff, but yeah. And Jeff, I don't know if you heard already, but I have only got like a limited time on this app before it shuts down, because the free version, the time that I thought I had on the free version of this app is actually a lot shorter than I anticipated, which means that instead of having like 10 hours, I in fact had 1 hour and a half, about an hour and a half left. So I can only be here for an hour and a half. So there's that. It's not that big of a deal. And like I said already in the repeat, sorry for anybody that's watching this on playback, I will be probably purchasing the cheapest option for this and trying it out. Cheapest option, by the way, is 25 bucks. 25 bucks for this. I mean, I like it. It's not bad, and it's a better Hangouts. It's a better Hangouts alternative. But Hangouts was free, so I don't mind paying for this. I just think that should be less than that. Maybe half of that. You know, 12, 13, 14, even 15 bucks. I would understand, but 25. You're crazy. Okay, well, while we're waiting for Itchy / just continuing on doing what we're doing, I'm going to get the notes of the actual picture. This is my pipe travel bag, by the way. This is what I pack my pipes in when I go away. When I go abroad, when I have my holiday. So we are drawing on this canvas this. I don't know how well that's going to come out because I cannot see, but this space station, like that, probably, is going to be drawn on here. But it all mapped out so that basically I can draw it at different angles if I want to. And this thing here is going to be flying past it. I don't know how well you can see this because all my screen is covered in the art program, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna like draw it here, I think, and then have the background expand and just like zoom this in a little bit, maybe, and have the other ship kind of coming from the side. I think that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, just first of all, I do a new layer. And yeah, I just begin. It's a very nice travel pack. It's actually it's like it's got room for 4 pipes in it, so it's pretty good. My mum got it for me actually. It's kind of funny. I used to have a pouch, a proper pipe pouch, and everything, but it just disintegrated because I basically went everywhere with it, and it was like, yeah, it's weird. It's like a wallet, you know. You don't really think about your wallet and how it's doing until it's too late. So where do I start? I think I actually am going to just copy this picture that I've done. I like this angle. I've got options to do it in different angles, but to be honest, I think this is the best angle. You can see the docking ring and stuff. The docking assembly. I'm just deciding whether to use like hard lines for the for the uh, for the outlines and stuff, because most of this is a building, so it's going to be very angular. There's not going to be much of this. It's going to be mostly like, where's my lots of straight lines. Yeah, so we're gonna have to figure out where all of those go. So for the domes, it's got domes. It's got 3 domes. Yeah, 3 domes that are visible at that angle. So yeah. Anyway, Jeffers, how are you? What's going on? I'm going to draw it module by module, I think. So the thing that's closest to the camera is the docking structure. Which means I have to get rid of. I think it's still too small. Yeah. I honestly don't know what to talk about or how to talk properly when I'm doing this. So you might need to help me here. Yeah, I do want it to be marginally bigger. It's getting closer to the camera, so it should get marginally bigger. About that much. Well, I'm glad you enjoy watching me draw, Jeff, but like I said, I need to kind of like, I would like some feedback and some stuff and talking to happen. Just so I don't go stir crazy. Like I'm trying to figure out how I'm drawing a tube, but using only straight lines is kind of confusing to me. I don't know how to do this. We are learning together. That's the thing, you know. We are learning together. That's the thing. Yeah. I don't like this. I don't like the straight line thing. I'm deciding not to use it. Should I use it to? Should I use it or shouldn't I use it? That's the thing. I don't know. I do not know. But yeah, and because it's a space station, I'm going to go module by module, and I'm going to just draw it like I'm going to just draw it like this. I might actually color code it. I might actually color code it. I haven't decided yet. Okay, so we've got 3 docking hatches, 3 large docking hatches. There's one here. And they're kind of equal distant up until the last one over here. There's one here. There's one there. So that's about in the middle. And this is the sketch, so yeah. It's so strange to drive around town like I did today, and all the streets are closed. It's like a ghost town. Yeah, I'd say that it's like that here, but it's not. You know, it's kind of like that, but it's just not. It's like everybody. You can see that people are kind of like, you can see people are concerned, worried even, but everyone's just getting on with their bits. Everyone's just doing their business. And the people in the supermarkets, they do not seem to give a shit, which is hilarious. They have no, they have no chill about any of this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that line down there. Since we go module by module, we've got windows here. Like walkways and stuff. I think these are like 3 stories tall, these tubes. So the actual doorways and stuff are huge on them. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in. We're going to work on this. I'm going to zoom in. If you aren't liking it, you don't have to use it. Yeah, I know. But the thing is, I was testing it out. I've not actually used it properly for anything I need to super use it for, you know? So it was just a test. It was just a test. I'm just testing this out. Like I said, I'm learning with you while we're doing this. And if anybody has any art questions, you know, anybody that's watching this on playback or has just joined us, then go ahead. I'm going to get ahead of myself by doing this to these ones. Are they wearing masks? Are they do here, Tubbs? Because many people in the grocery store shopping were wearing them. Nope, no masks. That's a bit too out there, I think. I don't know if I'm going to actually do any line art for this. I think it might just be the paintbrush. This would be a painted piece all the way through. I don't. Yeah. But yeah, no masks. It's all seemingly kind of. It's just all seemingly normal. So just various umbilical attachments and stuff because these are docking ports. So these like you got the big door, you got the little door, and you got like a side panel that can come off to provide like docking attachments and umbilical cord and stuff like that in case there's a large ship that needs to dock here. This is basically a space station. It's kind of a space hotel. And I think that eraser's too big. So yeah, nobody wears masks. No, nobody's wearing masks. We're not that extreme. Like I said, people in the stores don't seem to give a shit. So which is fine in my opinion. That's kind of like how it should be, I guess. Everyone should just get on with it. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. I'll be there with you and Terms because they are very paranoid here. Yeah, well, I don't want to say I don't want to make huge broad generalizations, but essentially, I can say this from what I've heard from like family and friends in Ireland. They don't care. It's not a thing. It's just every day is going by like normal, and unless you're in a major city. For some reason, in the major cities in Ireland, they do care a little bit more, but only to the point where no fuckers going out. In England, we're just carrying on as best we can, but the government is freaking out instead. So there's that. I'm going to try to put a bigger door on this one, almost like it's a proper freight door. It's kind of sticking out a little bit. So yeah, but I have noticed that in America, a couple of places, it's a bit people seem to be a bit more skittish about this stuff. It's like, yeah, that wasn't an even circle. Now, what do I do with this one? We got like a simple docking hatch here. We've got the kind of like a freight door, a bigger freight door than that one here, with a side door as well as a larger kind of like personnel door. And what should we do for the last one? Should it just be like extended, a slightly extended version of a docking hatch, just in case? You know, kind of like, these are all for different compatibilities for different spaceships, I think. That's what I was going for when I did this. Well, if you build a spaceship, Tubbs, maybe you could fly me over since since planes aren't flying right now. I was actually thinking about that. There's something that happened the other night to one of my friends, and I was like, right, I really want to be there right now because I want to sort some business out. So I was thinking about all the ways I could actually leave the country legally and stuff. And it turns out that I'm pretty sure that you could get if you could somehow book passage on a cargo freighter, then I think you could actually do it. But unless you do that, it's kind of yeah, kind of a no-no. It's probably not going to happen, which is a bit sad. But you know. So kind of like one extended, like it's bulging out slightly. With an actual round door. Kind of round personnel door. Not for round people, but you know. And then have like a couple of portholes on either side. And maybe like a larger observation. Like here. With kind of like the umbilicals and stuff all down here, kind of like a maintenance shaft or whatever. You hear the rain? Yeah. We could get itchy. We could. Okay, so that's the amount of detail that I kind of want to do for this. I want to be able to paint all of these so that you can actually make out all of this detail. I also want to make. I also want to put some windows. It's kind of like these windows here, actually. And they kind of look like windows now. Yeah, I want to do that in between here. It's kind of like this is the extra wide walkway and kind of like lounge area, so you can look out into space if you want to. And it's like I said, the tube is actually 3 decks tall. There's going to be like a cargo kind of like shaft that brings in and out cargo, the freight shaft, I guess. And then the next deck up is going to be a walkway, and also on the outside edges are going to be like with windows. that you can see out of. See, like the ships that have docked or whatever. This is probably the most complicated bits. These modular tube sections are going to be the most complicated parts because it's the other modules are very blocky, so they're going to be very easy. Can you hear me still? Can you hear me through that? You can hear me, okay. That's cool. I don't know if there's anything else that I'd like to add to this particular section. Where's my picture? No. Okay, so we have two options. We can do the cargo docking. We can actually do the shuttle bay because it has a shuttle bay that's connected to it. That's on this end over here. Or we can do a accommodation lock that's connected here. What one should I do? What one should I begin? Should I put windows here? Or will that be too much? I don't know. Windows sounds neat, Tubbs. If you have room. Well, it's just that this looks like a bit of an empty bit of space, but I just don't know if I should put anything there. Because basically there isn't anything up here except for an elevator shaft, a freight elevator shaft, and an anti-grav tunnel, basically just so like people can get from down here to up there without the actual use of artificial gravity and stuff. They could just push off and kind of like to be honest, I want to make this as less spacey, as less. I want less windows as possible. Have you seen the International Space Station? There's a reason why it doesn't have a lot of windows. It's because glass is not the strongest material. Even like super durable, bulletproof glass like they've got. I mean, the glass that they've on the International Space Station is like that thick in places, and basically that means that it's just because micrometeors and stuff could actually hit it. So, you know, and that kills people. That would kill people if basically the atmosphere of the station was lost. So I want to make it as realistic as possible, but it's basically just a future space station, like not Star Trek, but almost Star Trek. You know, it's really hard to figure out that feel and stuff. I'll just move on. We might come back to this. I'm going to put a just a sketch car reference just down there. Okay. So I kind of want to do the shuttle bay, but it's huge. It's like the entire length of that. It's basically going to fill up all of this space all the way to the end. So, the accommodation block is just this bit. It's just here. So, what do you think? Left or right? I'm going to change the view a little bit. Left. Okay, so we're doing that. Okay. I mean, that doesn't look too bad. It does look a bit too big. I have to scale the picture down a little bit. So I think this is just a whoopsie on my part, but it looks like there's like a dome, like a little half dome piece that connects this section to that section. So I mean, it's unique. I don't think I've ever seen something like that. I think it was an accident, but I'm not entirely sure. I mean, you could argue that it's a buffer ring, like if there's an explosion or if the shuttle bay actually moves around too much, then this ring could be kind of like a buffer zone, I guess. Would I rather it be on the right? No, I'm okay. We've decided it's good. I'm okay with that. It kind of looks like a big bread bin, you know. Yeah. Well, that's his low edge. That's the lower edge corner. Oh, it's not the corner. Oh, see in the picture it's the corner, but not in the picture it's not the corner. In the schematic that I did, it's not the corner. It goes back to about here, I think. Again, I'm not using the straight line tool because that's fucking busy. And I want this line to be parallel to the top line of it. So actually I will need to use the So that's about straight. I need to keep it straighter. Does that look right? It needs to be the length of that original line. Does that look right? Is that about even? I think that's about even. Well, let's put a line in between them and see. Yeah, it's about right. That's how long it's going to be. It's got curved edges. It's very smooth. It's very smooth. It's a very smooth station for the most part. It has got like hard lines, like around the docking rings and stuff like that. But it has got like a lot of smooth lines. Smooth lines. Okay, and it comes out. I want this line to be parallel to one of these. So about there. I don't know, that feels a bit short. I'll tell you what I can do. I can do this. Because this will preserve the angle. I don't put it in another layer. Don't do that. Where did it put it? It's up here. It put it on top of it. Okay, that makes sense. But as you can see, it's copied its angle. It's actually copied the angle, so that's one way of doing it. It's not the best way, but it's the one way of doing it. That way also preserves the length of it as well. Just get that kind of like perspective thing going. And I want another one. Do I want another one? Yeah, I want another one for the actual bay door. So another one down here for the bay door. The lip of the bay door anyway. The top of the bay door is going to be slightly smaller. It will make sense, I promise. About there. That'll do. Okay. Right. Go back to pencil. It's slightly wonky, but I kind of want that. Like I said, I'm trying to go for a perspective thing. Although this is not the hard lines finished version anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. All right, I'm still straight lined. Which now that I look at it, it kind of would have been a help. Okay. I know it would be cool if science fiction was that awesome in theory, but don't hold your breath. So, somehow this ship, this station, has kind of like a rolling door effect. Kind of like a garage door. I really don't like this line that's here. That is actually really bothering me. Yeah, kind of like a garage door. So, and I had it half open in this one. I don't know if I should close it or if I should have it open slightly and have maybe even have a little shuttle go in and out. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I don't like this thing. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna mess with it just a tad. This is the first time I've drawn a spaceship on the computer like this. Normally I do it in just, I use a white canvas. I draw it like I draw anything else on the computer. When I've done the concept art and stuff. But this has been, well, this is different. I don't like the top line either. It just does, it doesn't bend the way that I wanted it to. I kind of wanted it more this way. It seems to fit in quite well. So yeah, this is like I said, this is all new to me. This is a brand new way of doing this. So that's the main opening for the actual interior of the shuttle bay. Because you've got the bigger ships and they dock with their extended stuff. That's a star, isn't it? That's part of the background, isn't it? No. Why are you not deleting? Oh my god, it's part of this layer. Now I have to change all the layers. Control, 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 control. And then merge layers. There we go. Oh, better. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying watching it. I do want the background back. There we go. I just like having that little planet in there. It's going to be helpful as well when we do the painting, because it's a good lighting reference, and that's one of the things I wanted to talk about when we were talking about shading. But since Itchy's not here, I can't talk about that yet, because I kind of want to know exactly what he needs to know to do with the shading. Shall we have it like about this much down, the shutter about that much down? I've got it like that in this picture, and I kind of like it. I don't want to see all of the inside of the shuttle bay. So having one continuous door is going to be uncool. Just from an engineering point of view, it's going to be a disaster to have one huge rolling airtight door. So you have to separate it, otherwise it will be too flimsy, too weak, and basically you have to reinforce it. So I'm going to have these be kind of like where the motors for the actual door are, and they'll kind of also be stronger sections as well. Yeah. So that would make more sense. It would make more sense. Now inside this thing, inside the actual shuttle bay, we have this wall separator, and there's going to be like light or something on the floor. And yeah, I was going to have like a bigger lounge thing down here where you can actually see like there's big windows of like rivals almost, so you could see like the small shuttles coming in from down here as opposed to being up here, because I feel like that's almost a trope, or at least it's kind of been done, you know, like the windows over, like the shuttle bay entrance is like here, the windows are up here, they kind of look down. And I kind of wanted there to be like inside the shuttle bay itself, there's going to be one of those rooms. There's going to be a control room for docking that directs people where they can dock their shuttles and stuff. And it's multi-layered. It's going to be multi-layered. Against this back wall, there are compartments that individually shut off and pressurize themselves, so we don't have to rely all the time on a force field or something. There's no force field technology here. Or at least this station is going to be built before there is force field technology. So yeah, so all along the back wall there's like where you can pressurize, and there's also like places where you can park your shuttle kind of like on the ground here, and on top of the other levels and stuff. But so you can park it, and then you can get out in your spacesuit or whatever, and then go into the station, or they shut basically the shutters down and pressurize the entire thing, and then everybody can get out of their shuttles if they need to. It's a multiple. There's multiple options. So yeah, I haven't really thought about it super much. Just as much as I usually do when I'm thinking about such things. So we're actually going to have the windows on the bottom here, but because there's so little space, I'm actually going to not. I'm not going to do those just yet. I'm going to, when I do those, I'll do this when I do the close-ups. So what we're going to do is access hatches, and that's basically hatches for the access panels and like maintenance and stuff. So I just want to put like there's two on either side here. And you could even argue that these for emergency venting. So they need to vent all of the atmosphere in the cargo. They kind of open these little flaps on the side, and then they kind of just they automatically vent the atmosphere in the shuttle bay, so that there can be like it's kind of a quick release. This line isn't like straight enough. So that's that. And on top of it, I've got like several round sections, and I don't know what I did. I think it was just like filling space, but there's kind of like just. I think these might also be kind of just like access ports for various technology and shit. But when I do the painting, I want them to be a different color. I think it's because it can also, like, if you have, because it's a modular space station, maybe they bought their shuttle bay like it's like a whole component, and it has plugins maybe for like I don't know, for like satellite dishes, sensor arrays, stuff like that. And that's probably what those are for, just in case you want to add extra shit to your shuttle bay module. And that's what that's what all of these are for, I guess. Again, there's no windows on the side. There might be windows here. I've got two lines here. I don't know what they're for. But apart from that, on the schematics, there's no windows. But then again, I didn't put many windows in it. So yeah. Also, when you're drawing windows for spaceships, it's very much like aircraft. There can't be any hard edges on windows. But I'm going to break that rule on a couple of times on here. Let's just say that there's better glass in the future. There's just better glass to make these kind of funky cool windows. And this is kind of like the airport lounge area, you know, the place where you can get coffee and watch the planes coming in and stuff. And it's also on the bottom here. And that's what we're zooming in for. We're zooming in for this bit. This is tricky. I've got two windows. It's uneven. The window spaces is uneven. You know what? I'm going to make it even. It looks a bit kind of like a mistake, you know? Like there should have been three equally distant windows. on the bottom here, but instead we ended up with, I'm going to end up with two big ones. Yeah, the reason why windows on spaceships and, well, on planes, mostly on planes, you know, keep it technologically in the now, are circular and aren't squares because the corners of a square on a window of an airplane experience plastic fatigue because they're usually made out of plastic for windows. I can't think of any time, in fact, where they're not made out of plastic on a plane. So basically, you get the edges of the square actually can, but they become weak points. So to eliminate the weak points, and also to it's more cost effective to do this. You know, you spend less money on this really tough glass or plastic coated glass or plastic. Again, mostly it's just plastic. You make it round. You make the thing round, and you put a little tiny hole so that the pressure can equalize on either side of the glass without breaking anything and without causing super amounts of plastic fatigue. Because plastic fatigue is a thing that happens. So yeah. I haven't got any more detail on this on my end. Like I said, should we add a shuttle? Should we add a shuttle? Just the one or two, maybe. I'll just do a quick doodle of my favorite shuttle. From behind. It didn't turn out the way I wanted it, but it still kind of looks like a Type 9 shuttle. I think it's longer than cells, but I'm not entirely sure. We have to design a shuttle now. That's the thing. I've only got that design in my head at the moment, and it didn't turn out. Like I said, it didn't turn out the way I expected it to. So, who knows? I can think of a I can think of a concept of a shuttle. There's a concept design of the a concept design of one of the what was going to be the next NASA shuttle, but basically it got scrapped. So I might do just like I might do one that's taking off that's just coming out of here. we'll give it some windows. It's really tiny. It's going to be okay. I think it was just my eyelash. But it looked like there was a tiny bit of paper that fell off of my ceiling or something. Just when I blinked just then, it was like, what the fuck? Yeah. I won't have it like ignite its main thruster in the shuttle bay because that probably be bad. I've got one coming in and one going out, or one parked. Either way, it's going to be very hard to apply movement, but I'm not going to do any cartoony, movement lines or anything. This is mostly just going to be all painted. Unfortunately, I think I'm running out of time, so I don't think I'll be able to do an entirely new section. But I'm pretty happy with the way it's turned out so far. I'm going to beef up the door liner. But yeah, I think I'm just out of time, so I've got like 15 minutes left. So I'm putting placements for lights and stuff. Just so that basically there's like warning lights and stuff that this is a door. Just make it a little bit more realistic. But yeah, it's not scrolling. I think we might have to move this all down a little bit when we do the rest of the station, because it does come to about just the edge. I'm imagining it come to about the edge, but we'll cross that when we come to that, I think. But no, for now we're gonna leave it there. But so far the docking module and the shuttle bay are looking okay switch-wise. I was going to save it, but actually I can't save it until I come off of this. But no, I'm just going to say a couple bits before I go tonight. If you're on my Discord, you will be able to see me draw some furry art, because that's always fun. This is my multi-tool on top of my pipe bag. It's my dad's multi-tool. That is my multi-tool. I don't have one in here. My multi-tool that I always use is in my pants in the house. So yeah, that makes sense. I didn't turn on my heater the entire time I've been sat here. I didn't turn on the heater. What's that? So if you're on my Discord, then later on I'll be doing story art, maybe on there. I don't know. It kind of depends on what mood I'm in. Sometimes I like to draw by myself when I'm just watching movies, something on my TV. But sometimes I like company and to hear people's opinions and stuff. I'm going to keep this safe, just on my desk up here, and we'll come back to this hopefully tomorrow, because I'm going to try. I'm going to trial. I'm going to try run. I'm going to dry run the paid version of the software, and we're going to use that hopefully for the for one parties and stuff. I'm not chilly. My leg. I just feel that the fold on my legs just now. It's just kind of like I'm just noticing it because I'm doing it, not concentrating so hard on the drawing right now. You know. So yeah, I'm not really chilly. It's just that it is cold in here. It just is cold in here. But yeah. I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, yeah, hopefully tomorrow I'll be back and doing the actual lesson part of this art class. So keep an eye out on that. Until then, I'll see you later, because I won't do the office thing that I forgot to do last night on my other channel. But I'll see you later, dude. Please get on Discord so that you get like notifications of when this is happening at least 5 minutes before I actually do it. Sometimes I do just a quick warning, and sometimes I do a warning, and then I basically don't come on for like 15 minutes. So yeah. Well, please tell me what decision you make when you, Jeffrey, when you look at it. When you look at Discord and make your decision, let me know what the decision is. I would love to find out. Okay. Toodles. Oh, I hit the button and then it says end broadcast, doesn't it? Ugh. Bye.